Ever since the XRP case made headlines a few years ago, we've been discussing and concentrating on other regulatory agencies like the CFTC. This is because, as we've always believed, the SEC won't be the major player to clarify crypto regulations. We still believe this today, and when we consider, let's not forget that the SEC and the CFTC are collaborating to regulate the U.S. cryptocurrency market. This is an ongoing issue, and the CFTC's actions should be considered in light of the involvement of prominent cryptocurrency projects like Ripple and XRP. All right, enough with the background information. Let's move on. Going all the way back to February of this year, just 3 months ago, the CFTC made an announcement about a crypto CEO meeting. The purpose of the meeting is to discuss the launch of the CFTC Digital Markets, which is a test program for digital asset markets. Marketplaces for digital assets that use tokens instead of currency, such as stablecoins, Coinbase, CryptoComp, and Circle. I am pleased to announce that Moon and Ripple will now be involved in this innovative strategy for the U.S. digital asset markets. The CFTC is committed to promoting responsible and safe innovation. The CFTC is ensuring that the United States is the leader in both economic chance and crypto by collaborating with market participants, and I am eager to work with them to fulfill the Trump administration's pledge to keep America at the forefront of economic opportunity. Enterprises such as Circle, Coinbase, CryptoCom, MoonPay, and Ripple. Yes, that's true. You can see it on the CFTC's webpage. Additionally, 3 days later, they revealed their intentions for a tokenized collateral pilot, which clarified their actions more than the earlier releases did, largely on projects involving stablecoins. But this has been going on since November, when the Digital Assets Committee proposed tokenization. They stated that various assets, such as gold, government bonds, corporate debt, and money market funds could be used as collateral. It's worth noting that many stablecoins resemble money market funds. Oh, snap. One advantage of tokenization for margin is that it allows you to quickly provide assets to meet variation margin requirements. These requirements typically involve derivatives and swaps, the largest market in the world, with a value of quadrillions of dollars. The parties involved in the deal only put down a small portion of the potential danger as a margin. As a result, an increase in margin may be necessary if the value of the underlying asset drops. It takes longer to pay using non-cash collateral, but moving tokenized assets allows for very rapid payment. Now is a good moment to examine major companies like Ripple and their potential solutions, streamline the process of settling derivatives, and alter the overall movement of derivatives. I'll return to this shortly to demonstrate some of the most recent developments in this area. Could you kindly lend it to me? Along with the ISDA's digital regulatory reporting, the DTCC expressed their pleasure to collaborate with the ISDA on the 7th reporting system authorized by DTCC for the Global Trade Archive. The DTCC is pleased to continue supporting the ISDR, which will facilitate trade reporting for market participants in the UK and EU. I get that it doesn't seem like it from this statement, but have a look at the quote below. We remain committed to providing our global clientele with the most comprehensive and innovative trade reporting solutions at the most competitive prices, and we anticipate an increase in the acceptance rates of submitted trade data and a decrease in the challenges and expenses associated with complying with new regulations. Generation Infinity 2 broke the DTCC patent by tokenizing global assets worth quadrillions of dollars, creating a new financial system built on blockchain that is controlled by legacy systems and able to work with others. Let's return to this statement from April 30th. We made a video about it. The proprietary information also states that the system is compatible with XTZ, BNB, TRX, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Atomflow, and HAR XRP. By the way, consider this. The CFTC is already experimenting with derivatives through this program, and Circle is a part of it. Bitfinex, Crypto.com, MoonPay, and Ripple, with Ripple now taking the lead. Thanks to their offerings that incorporate XRP, as well as the fact that XRP is now a part of the DTCC's patent, it's safe to assume that Ripple and XRP will soon see significant use. But that's not all. Smoke Dog deserves a big shout out because the DTCC recently announced that they are merging systems with Ripple partner ISDA in deals worth $1 quadrillion. Is situated between them. Yeah, Ripple is in the center because they will join the ISDA in August 2023. Additionally, you should be aware that $2.3 quadrillion worth of securities will be handled in 2020. There is a fresh and updated estimate that goes up to $3.00. They had already transmitted and handled $3.7 trillion 0 cents in 2024, which is how much increased from $2.3 trillion 0 cents to $3.7 trillion 0 cents in only 4 years. It's amazing, but if we look at this in the context of the DTCC's settlement of U.S. stocks, for example, we can see a new kind of payment and remittance product could be developed for the digital dollar if blockchain-based settlement networks such as Ripple, which I'm not familiar with, could settle global fiat currencies and digital assets nearly instantly. This is why regulatory bodies such as these cooperative forums are starting to be discussed among CFTCs. What's even more peculiar is that the CFTC has been actively promoting crypto innovation since March 31st. Recently, the U.S. CFTC rescinded 2 crypto staff advisories, citing the need for fair treatment in a developing sector that is prepared to enter the market, and I believe it's quite evident that they are, even if we return to February when they were in the news. Let's talk about that a little more. This January statement shows that Caroline D. Penn assumed the role of acting chair of the CFTC, which is intriguing because we know that Caroline D. Penn did visit the Ripple Labs office, which is the Ripple, Bitcoin, the blockchain, and even XRP were the main topics of her 2020